Replay here from Nurgle's PA and RTK's Curio. Little RTK Civil War. As I check a text message during the load screen. A Boris Toddbringer, Death Wizard, some more wagons, Hellstorm Rock Battery versus Alith. No, I don't think Alith is troll here, as he is decent at sniping out artillery models. He takes out one of the Sunmaker's crew right away, and then he'll be decent against war wagons in the late game. We also have a Mage of High Magic with Tempest, Soul Quench, and Apotheosis, Illyrian Reaver Archers, Spearmen. Sorry, I'm watching that Soul Quench. Okay. Soul Quench either didn't hit the Sunmaker or didn't take out a whole model. Anyway, we have some Spearmen, Silverin Guard, White Lions of Crace, a whole bunch of Archers and Lothern Sea Guard, and then War Lions of Crace as well. But they were deployed super far back to buy time so that Alith and the Soul Quench Lady could try and take out some of the Sunmaker crew before the Sunmaker can kill off all those very expensive, tightly packed elves. It'll only work for so long, though, as the Sunmaker starts firing away. First volley. I don't know whether you call that a Sunmaker miss or the High Elves dodge, but the High Elves dodge a lot of it. There's that damage coming in, though, on the clustered up Archers and White Lions of Crace. And Alith plus his Skirmish Cav doing a lot of damage to the War Wagons. Alith does have very high weapon strength, and it is mostly armor piercing. Well, sorry, missile strength. His weapon strength is his melee, which is whatever. And Boris plus his Empire Knight's going to start pushing away these skirmishers of the High Elves and buy the War Wagons a little bit of time. Tempest is out onto Boris. Even though he has landed, the Tempest will still affect him since he's a unit that can fly. Undercasting it just does a lot of damage. You don't need to overcast it or anything. It's just good. It's good poke. It does its work. But the Sunmaker is still making the Elves pay quite dearly for their aggressions. One Archer is already routing. The rest aren't feeling so great. Spearmen pushing up on the War Wagons, just forcing them back. But the High Elves don't have any real pressure for the Sunmaker right now. All we have is maybe the Moonbow of Alith, but he only has one more use of it. He can maybe take out another model out of 4, so he would get him down to 2. War Lions running forward to try and deal with the War Wagons, but the War Wagons kiting away. The War Lions decide it's not worth their time, and the High Elves are just going to slow things down a little bit. I'm worried about these White Lions that are currently facing away from the Sunmaker, because the Sunmaker can get a shot up their entire line and do a ton of damage. It's currently focusing on the Archers / Lothern Sea Guard. The High Magic caster is getting shot by War Wagons for now. I thought I saw another Soul Quench. Moonbow up and over the top. Snipes out another Sunmaker model. It doesn't take all the ammo with it, though, so it'll just take it longer to get its ammunition out, but it does technically still have it. As they continue to rain fire down on the Lothern Sea Guard. War Wagons shooting at Alith, but Alith firing back? Oh, he's firing at the Sunmaker. And he takes out another model! Sunmaker down to 1 battery left as Alith fires up and over the War Wagons, ignoring them entirely to try and shut that Sunmaker down. Empire Knights flying through the backfield. Gonna try and rear charge some Archers who do have Silverin Guard trying to move in position, but they won't be there fast enough. Nurgle's PA pulls back. The Empire Knights doesn't want to take the extra damage. Alith still trying to snipe out the Sunmaker crew. And a Soul Quench also goes down the line, trying to finish it off. But it looks like it crashed into a hill somewhere. It didn't fully get there. Alith still firing. Empire Knights in the backfield running off more Archers, other Empire Knights being annoying and harassing. And overall, I'd still rather be the Empire in this situation, though Alith is acquitting himself quite nicely. 1,800 value from just shooting at the Sunmaker. There's another shot. I don't know if it hit or not. If it hit the actual model, right? War Wagons taking a bit of damage from these Illyrian Reaver Archers, then they back off. We have ourselves a shooting game. Sunmaker and War Wagons versus Alith and Soul Quench. But man, the Sunmaker feels like it's getting a lot better of the trade. Alith still trying to fire occasionally over the top and stop the Sunmaker. He finally takes out that last model. Sunmaker is now worthless. Balance power is about 50-50. Because the Sunmaker is such an expensive unit, the War Wagons are also pretty spendy, and they've used most of their blood, sweat, and tears. While the High Elves have taken a lot of damage, look at the Empire's actual army. We have some Spearmen, we have some Halberdiers, an Amethyst Wizard, and then some Empire Knights. But it's not like they have a crazy amount left. It's mostly chaff, that the High Elves can win the chaff fight with their White Lions of Grace and stuff. But a Fate of Buna is going to delete one of the War Lions. White Lions, sorry. He's too injured with too many models, so he's going to just take so much damage that he'll probably get shattered off. Archers now firing back into the War Wagons. That's a great trade for them. Standing Archers love trading with War Wagons. The Empire Knights are here, rear charging the Lothern Sea Guard. Lothern Sea Guard going to pull their spears out and try and fight back. Non-armor piercing, meh stats. Lothern Sea Guard are a good unit, but it's not like they're going to shred the Empire Knights. The Empire Knights can charge into like Blackguard, for God's sakes. Other War Lions trying to chase off more Empire Knights, and the High Elves just fending off attacks on all sides. While Alith, I don't know what he's going to spend his time shooting at. Maybe the War Wagons would be most worth his time. Possibly the Empire Knights. Shooting at Boris would be a mistake. Alith sucks at hitting moving single entities. Apotheosis on the High Magic caster, who had taken a lot of damage. The War Wagons are getting dangerously close to losing models. If Alith bothers to shoot at him, he should shoot at this one with more HP, because these ones are going to lose they're going to lose models to normal archers in a second, so his weapon strength will be wasted shooting at them one at a time. The archers are going to take him out sooner rather than later. 1,000 HP on this one, 2,300 on the other. The Empire's front line is trying to get through the Silvern Guard of the High Elves. There's Spearmen too. It's just kind of an impossible task. One of the War Wagons dies as it's routing away. The other one will be the next target. Only 6 ammunition left on it, though. Also doesn't make it that much of a threat, to be honest. Boris is still full HP. The Amethyst Wizard is also safe and sound. Those are the bigger problems. Boris dives in again, gets a big hit onto the Mage of High Magic. She starts to run away, doesn't tear out just yet, but oh boy, she gets close, and she might be running straight into her death with Empire Knights as a juke takes her too far away from her formation, and now she is surrounded. Does she have another Apotheosis for herself, or is she just doomed? As some archers turn to help her, we have White Lions of Krace trying to fight Halberdiers on the back line, and such, and etc. Another Tempest is out to poke at Boris. Alith says he's firing, but he doesn't have attack orders right now, so he's just firing at whatever he feels like. Which I don't know what that is. His reload speed is super fucking slow, so unless I sit here and literally just watch him, I won't know what he's going to shoot at. Another Fate of Buna hits a different White Lions of Krace unit, as the Empire really is sick of those guys specifically, apparently. And Alith starts to take aim at the Deathcaster, who Spirit Leeches his Mage of High Magic. Does she have another Apotheosis for herself? We will see, as he smokes the Amethyst Wizard and sends him flopping around in the distance. But the halves are falling behind. Alith 2,100 value. He's doing his best. The War Wagons are almost out of ammunition. The archers are still counter-firing against them. There's the Apotheosis to try and keep the High Mage in the fight. And Alith looks like he's winding up, so I'm going to watch this guy get hit again. Boom! Right in the face. War Wagons, 4 volleys and 3 volleys left, if they even survive to get them. Archers are still firing against them, and the Empire Knights in the distance have been slowly getting attrition by these Lothern Sea Guard, by the Spearmen that they're charging into, and whatnot. So one of them's at a quarter HP, another one's at about a quarter or a third, another one's at less than like a fifth. They're not feeling too great. Boris, still full HP, still a big problem. But like most single-entity Flying Lords, he really doesn't like to kill infantry in the late game, so it's not like if he's staying alive, he'll be fine. Apotheosis out onto Alith instead of onto the Mage of High, just as she's about to rout. That is an interesting choice, and a Spirit Leech is probably going to finish her off, considering how low on leadership and health she is. The Empire Knights can probably finish her off leadership-wise and chase her away. And then, as we've seen, the Empire clearly has the mobility advantage in this game. She's not coming back. 217 HP. The Empire Knights do shatter, and Alith gets charged again by Boris right in the face. 2 big shots to him. His leadership dips to -9. He terror routes away, and all of the High Elves are terror routing away too. And just like that, it went from fine to almost army losses. And I would agree with army losses, since like literally everything's routing. But Alith routing in front of Boris like that was brutal stuff. And now the Empire State troops are starting to break through. They have taken a walloping by the High Elves, and I think the High Elves would even win the infantry fight if it kept going. But all of a sudden, losing your mage, losing Alith like that is just too brutal for them to come back from. I think that is GG at this point. Damn. That was a cool little artillery duel at the start, though. 2,300 value for Alith, only 800 for the High Caster, though she did offer some heal support. The infantry / archers doing well. For Nurgle's PA, Boris did fine. Not a ton of value, but he got some key picks. 1,200 on the Deathcaster, 1,400 on the Sunmaker, 1,000 apiece for the War Wagons. They overall did fine. And then his cavalry cleaned up a lot of stuff. It wasn't a game where you just slam into each other. It was a shooting game, but we can mix it up once in a while. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.